when I started reading about St. Francis,
Yeah.
particularly the book called Following Francis, I learned more and more about the guy, Il Poveretto, and I liked him even more.
Yeah.
It was more my sort of guy. Well, I'm Cliff. I've been a Franciscan now for at least 3 or 4 years now since my profession, and I was in a Pentecostal church when I came to meet St. Francis as such. I was trying to find a retreat somewhere, and in the end, the only one that seemed to I seemed to go for, with a little bit of prompting, I think, from the Holy Spirit, I went to Glasshampton.
Well, I'm Peter Grimwood. I'm a Methodist minister. I'm now a retired Methodist minister. Over the years, as a Methodist minister, I felt the need from time to time to have retreats. So I would go to places like Glasshampton.
Hear my voice when I cry to it, set a watch before my mouth, O Lord, and guard the door of my lips. Let my prayer rise before you as incense, the lifting up of my hands as the evening sacrifice.
When I was at Glasshampton and I had this talk with the brother at the end of the week, he was explaining to me about the 3 orders. That was news to me. You know, I said, 3 orders, what's this about? And he said, well, St. Francis, when he eventually got the Pope's permission to start his ministries and the orders, the first order was male and enclosed. The second order, which was the one I wanted to join but I couldn't, it was the St. Clare's, that was the second order. But then he told me about the third order. And I said, the third order, well, what's that? And he said, well, St. Francis, when he was in Assisi and doing the things in and around Assisi, St. Francis was being badgered by people who were working or doing something. They got occupations, but they wanted to follow the lifestyle of St. Francis.
I met members of the Third Order and chatted with them. And I thought, well, in all the circumstances, I think it would be good for me to become a member of the Third Order myself.
Is the TSSF is an Anglican society?
Yes, it is. Yes, it's affiliated to the Church of England.
And are there free church members in TSSF?
Yes, there are. We have Methodists and a Pentecostalist, at least one.
Mainly an Anglican organisation. I mean, that hasn't proved any difficulty for you.
No, not at all.
Now, I think what the Franciscan Third Order ought to be is Christianity in earnest. That's what both Methodism and the Third Order ought to be about.
So what attracted you to St. Francis?
Creation was part of St. Francis's lifestyle, wasn't it? And so now I see creation with different eyes.
For many years I have been active in environmental organisations, but what was more important at the time was the opportunity to enter into fellowship with other committed Christians and to be in a context in which I could be in a prayerful group.
So a Methodist or Pentecostal or Baptist would be welcome in this society? Or?
Absolutely, yes. Not a problem. Because we all have the Eucharist at the heart of our being.
Clearly, in the Third Order, the Eucharist, as has been said today, is central. And I think amongst many Methodists, the Eucharist is central for them as well. I don't think centrality need be confused with frequency.
One of the disciplines is the fact that we receive Holy Communion it was suggested once a week. And I do actually go to one in Wollaston, which is a Church of England church. And I have always, since my early days in the church, liked the communion service. I was a Franciscan, and I really found strength in that.
Remember, Lord, your church in every land. Reveal her unity, guard her faith, and preserve her in peace. Bring us at the last, with Mary, the God-bearer, St. Francis, St. Clare, and all the saints, to the vision of that eternal splendour for which you have created us.